thing. So that's great, you know. And Alexi's getting ready now. Alexi is the world record holder in constant weight with Ben, and he really had concentrated on that mostly for a number of years. And he just recently started doing no-fins, and now he's been focusing on free immersion as well.
And he did manage to close the gap quite a lot on current world record holder William Troubridge.
Yeah, he has. And in
so reached his airways and he's underway.
And he's gone. Yeah. So let's
see what a beautiful entry he has.
Okay.
Clearly breaks the water.
Thank you very much.
So Alexi's on his way now, and
Who wants water?
and here he goes. And let's see what we think is happening here with him today.
He looks really relaxed with a low frequency on his strokes and kicks. Alexei dives with no weight. That will be a slight difference with William, who dives with something like 600 grams on his neck.
He just recently added a small bit of weight, and that's been new. He didn't used to. Just recently has changed that.
That's the same difference between Morgan and me. I dive no weight, and Morgan has a little neck weight.
So this is where the leaner divers have an advantage of not needing to take weight with them.
Yeah.
Alexei
He's really relaxed.
Is quite muscled, so but he is very buoyant. He's actually very buoyant.
He does as less movement as possible. I think he did maybe 6 strokes, and then
you can see him steering with the feet.
Yeah.
He's very pointed toes. He made a comment the other day that he actually cramped up in one of his dives.
He was trying to point his toes so strongly. He's doing a little extra kick to move himself along. He's very, very strong.
He's very active with his feet. I don't know if then mentally he can really forget where he is. Like, I completely forget where I am.
Yeah.
I wake up at the plate basically.
Oh, we saw that. We saw you were just surprised that you were there. Yeah.
Well, that's very nice to be able to do that. I think Alexei, one of his strengths is his mental strength, and we saw that just by the fact that he was able to perform such an amazing performance minutes after what Dave had achieved.
Yes. And he said it was difficult though. He had that in his head.
He's moving a lot around the line.
Yeah.
Like I think he did a complete turn.
Yeah, and there he is at the bottom. He's going to get his tag. And
wow, he's so relaxed.
There he is. He's on his way back.
He starts his ascent. So it was about a 2-minute descent. Okay, you see he gets a really good distance off of each stroke, and that's where not having any weights on is going to come to his advantage.
He's really taking his sweet
He's
time.
really taking his time. He's at 2:17 already. He does have a good breath hold.
You can see the difference with Morgan. Like Morgan would be now swimming 1 stroke a second almost, while Alexei is doing 1 stroke. It's 2-3 seconds.
Morgan moves much more quickly. That's his style.
Also, he doesn't really care about being streamlined with his hands when reaching up.
You do see he does get a good powerful kick. He's got very good ankle flexibility. He gets those ankles nice and close to his glutes. Yeah. The head's just dropping forward slightly, which may be impeding his hydrodynamics just slightly.
Yeah, it seems like he's moving around the line a bit. And
it's so nice to be able now to observe in so much detail all other competitors' technique.
And he's more than halfway now.
Yeah.
Going along.
So he's getting about on average 3 meters per stroke. Maybe a little less.
So now he's increasing the frequency.
You can see the stroke is starting to shorten.
Shorten and be more frequent.
Now he's starting to bring his legs into play.
Yeah. He did announce the longest dive time of the day at 3:45, so he anticipated it being a rather slow dive.
You can see he's having quite strong contractions.
Yeah.
He should be really positively buoyant now.
Let's see how he
just
does
the
when
last
he comes
stroke.
up. Let's see how he
looks good.
Facing the judges.
Yeah, he needs to face the judges. He had a little trouble with that the other day. Here he is.
Just a small shake.
Yeah, just a shake. He's breathing. He's taking off his nose clip.
But I think he's done it.
Yeah, I think so.
He looks good.
Yeah, he looks fine. So, thank you for joining us,
thank you,
Remy.
Remy.
And congratulations to
Thank
the
you very
Rush
much,
team
guys.
on a successful competition.
Well done.
It was great. All right, well, let's wait for that card here from Alexei. It looked fine from here, but you know, we don't have the view, the judges do, so. White card.
So Alexi's actually had, I believe, the 3 deepest performances in the competition.
Yes, he just wasn't able to get a white card on the one. So, but it was a deep dive.
It was 121 meters in free immersion.
Yes.
And the mistake that he made on that dive was that he came up facing away from the platform and away from the judges.
Yeah.
So
And it is required in the rules. It says specifically you must face the judges, and he was completely facing the other platform, completely away from the judges.
So it's nice to see him come away with,
Yes.
he's guaranteed 2 gold medals.
He is.
Okay,
Yes.
so I think you can still consider this a very successful campaign.
Oh, I think so. And now we're on our last diver, William Trubridge, world record holder at 102 meters. He's announced the same depth as Alexei, so it'll be up to William now to make this dive in order to share that gold medal. And we have Morgan Borquis from France joining us now.
Guaranteed at least.
He's always the gentleman, Morgan. Great to see you. And yes, guaranteed at least a 3rd place, depending upon what happens here with William. So that was a beautiful dive, absolutely perfect as usual.
Yes, I was really happy. Yes.
Oh, that's great. We heard you hadn't been feeling too
dive.
well the last few days, so it was nice that it cleared up just in time to make that dive.
I was a little bit sick yesterday with my throat, with my sinus. It was very difficult in my mind, and but I know that today
Physically,
it was
you
good.
made it look easy though.
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
I feel like you still had a good window of
Margin of error.
Margin of error,
Yeah. William's getting ready now, and it all depends on how
Let's
this
see
goes.
William.
Let's see how he does today.
So this is quite a high pressure dive, you know.
It is.
Already hearing that your opponent, who has announced the same depth as you,
Yeah.
has secured the position.
So what we've been doing when they make the start list is we toss a coin when we have 2 dives at the same depth, and that's how we determine who goes first and last, so that there's no question about any sort of favoritism. Although I'm not sure if people would agree first or second is best. There's both perspectives on it. So,
That's right.
you know.
And in some ways, I guess it's worked out well for Alexei, having had to dive immediately after.
Absolutely. Yeah, he said it was hard for him to put a lot of pressure on him. So here goes William
He
now.
goes.
He's starting. Yep. And he's on his way down. And let's see. He's very much the technician, and I'm sure he counts every stroke. He knows exactly where he is on the line.
That's right. He's a scientist, so he takes a
is.
very scientific
He is.
approach to his
He does.
diving.
And here he goes. All right. Yeah.
Alexei. No.
All right.
Okay, so we've got Alexei Molchanov, who just secured the gold medal,
you
and he's
you
waiting to
secured
see
your
what
medal.
William Trubridge will do.
Me, maybe I could be on the 3rd or in the 2nd place. So it depends on this man.
I rushed to here just to see William diving.
Just to see William dive.
Yeah, it's really rare. You can actually just like go and see the whole
go
dive.
and see the dive, because otherwise we're waiting on the surface to see what happens. You can see exactly what William is doing right now. We'll see what happens here.
Okay,
60 meters.
Daring
You
with
are
the
much
feet, he looks
faster with
very
your,
relaxed.
with your speed.
Okay, so he's got his arms down by his side. He's very streamlined.
His feet are breaking, like
He's steering slightly.
steering, but he pointed toes will be like.
He's focused more on the relaxation than the pointing of the toes, I guess.
Did I point the toes when I pre-pulled?
You point the toes, but there was quite a lot of activity.
There was a bit of pull.
She's got a lot of activities.
I could say that this dive wasn't easy at all
Okay,
because
he's,
of
There was some current.
Okay.
there was some
he's
current.
approached the plate, he's got the
But,
tag. Okay, looking smooth.
He's got it
Okay,
secured.
let's go. One.
Okay, and with each and every stroke, he's pulling himself closer to the surface, and he's now already back up
80.
above 80 meters. Okay, so what goes through your guys' minds as you're at this stage of your dives? We notice you employ different techniques. You come up with a lot more strokes. Alexei, you come up with much fewer.
I glide a lot, so I focus on relaxation and preserving the energy. So I try to be not as powerful, because with no feet, I have a lot of muscles. And if if I start to really try, I will really burn oxygen quick.
Yeah.
So I try to like balance that.
How about for you, Morgan?
Me, I'm an old breaststroker.
I'm old
So-
dad's, he's a breaststroker, you can tell. I
I
was
wasn't-
telling them we
I
can see
wasn't
that
the
ankle
breaststroker.
flexibility. Yeah, no, we
So
can
that's
see
why
it.
I
You
like
can
to
see it in
swim
Morgan's hip.
a little
Yeah.
bit fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
like
then
the
you start to
techniques.
space your strokes out as
Yeah.
you become more positive, right? So we should see
William
Alexei.
is doing pretty well, really well.
Yeah, he's now with safety divers.
Yeah.
Just depends if he can get that recovery on the surface.
I think he will be okay.
You know, he tends to have a little bit
He
of
looks
a,
easy.
You see, as he glides, he actually starts to narrow the shoulders.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, to try and increase his streamlining.
As we said, he's quite the technician, and
Now we can see that his positive buoyancy, he glides
yeah,
more.
he's pulling up. He's looking to see where he is. He's at the last 10 minutes. It just depends now if he can make this protocol.
Okay, so
Yeah.
he's coming up,
You can see
facing
where
the
he
platform.
comes, facing.
Okay, he's really focused on his recovery breathing.
Yes, very much so. I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll wait for the judges and the card, but if he was looking very good and if all goes as anticipated, we're again going to have 2 gold medal winners in first place.
Yeah.
And then with Morgan in the third.
Yeah.
Kiwis and the Russians on top.
Kiwis and the Russians.
Yeah. And you know, that makes it really exciting.
So quite a fitting in, I think, you know, to see the 2 deepest divers both making their dive.
Yeah.
And well, the 3 deepest divers making their dives.
Those are the three divers that
You guys really showing their experience. You know, you guys have been competing for a number of years, and you make the dives look beautiful, and you're finishing nice and strong. And it's really nice to see you guys take away
and
the
really
medals.
nice to see that at the end, because prior to you, when it started with Remy and then Morgan and Alexia and now William, we had some not very pretty
very
dives
colourful day.
prior to
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So it's nice. Our last dives were beautiful dives. Really
Like with
beautiful.
no fins, you should be very careful about the conditions. And I was a bit worried before my dive, so I could see that there is a
A
slight
little bit of
pull.
current today.
But then I saw Remy,
Yeah.
beautiful dive. I was looking at him. I was looking if there is any
Any current.
change in the body position, and it looks good. And then Morgan dove, so I could hear.
Yeah, if Morgan can do it, I can do
If,
it.
if Morgan can do it, I can do it. But Morgan and Remy, they're slim, so maybe they have better speed. And then when you have better speed, current affects you less. So for me, actually, as a slowest diver, like in this discipline,
You catch the current a little bit
I
more.
catch the current a little bit more. So maybe I'll need to slim down and
The reed-like physique, the water doesn't hit you as hard because you're thinner. You can
just also in general because of speed, like free falling faster and.
What will your wife have to say if you lose those muscles then?
Maybe I just focus on losing a bit of fat.
He eats a lot of lard, you know.
He eats a lot. He eats a lot in
Lard
general.
is the secret.
Lard is the secret.
Don't tell about lard.
When he was in Greece, he had these big sauce boats full of creme anglaise. You know, the sauce that you put, and he ordered a separate one and was drinking it right out of the sauce boat. So
That's the secret for deep diving.
yes,
You need to eat a lot.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to both
Thank you
of
very much. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
really, really great outcome.
Thank you.
And I do hope you reconsider, Morgan, because you are one of our favorite characters, and I would hate to think that I won't be seeing you again next year.
We will.
We're going to get him back.
He said
We'll see you in Dominica.
we didn't believe for a second that he's going to stop.
We can't.
And he's not allowed because after Guillaume stopped,
I know.
there is a 10-year ban. You're not allowed to quit the French
right,
team.
Right, we can't. We've got to have
Yeah. So if you quit, you need to make Guillaume back.
All right, great. Thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
It
Thank you.
really was
Thank you.
great.
Thank you,
Really
guys.
great
I'll go
ending
recover.
to the day. William's going to be joining here us in just a second as soon as we can get him up there. That certainly, I mean, I don't think we could have a more exciting outcome, Johnny. How do you feel about that?
It was just like the constant weight there.
Just like
Edge of the seat sort of stuff.
edge of the seat sort of stuff, and also considering, you know, I didn't at all expect that lead up to with having so many red cards prior to that. I really thought maybe one of them would sneak in, and here's William now. William, congratulations!
William, congratulations.
You can see he's right out of the water. I'm sure he'd like to have some oxygen, but we're going to get a quick word from William.
Thanks, Morgan. Congratulations to you too.
Boy, that was a technically beautiful dive, William.
It was?
Really was, yes.
You know what
yes.
was technically very wrong with it?
What was that?
I forgot to mouthful on the way down.
Oh, really?
And I realised at about 40 metres when I didn't have air in my mouth.
Yeah.
It's like, oh dear. So I did as big a one as I could
Later on.
and carried on reverse packing.
Yeah.
And
Well, I guess a
luckily-
mouthful is only a technique that you started using in recent years, so
Yeah, I used to be able to reverse pack down to those kind of depths. but I haven't done it in such a long time. I was a little worried. Also, my ear's been a little flaky, and I woke up in the middle of the night last night with a stuffy nose. So.
Yeah, Morgan had been suffering too with a sore throat, stuffy nose, so he said he wasn't sure about how he was going to do. And so, wow, but congratulations, what an exciting end to that with a double gold medal again.
Yeah.
Isn't
It's
that
great.
just...
3 events, 5 gold medals.
Isn't that just
Beautiful
great?
day.
I mean, Johnny and I were both a little concerned because we had
Such
some
a colourful day.
Really?
not pretty dives.
I wasn't paying attention, but there's some red cards in there as well.
What was nice to see though was the deepest guys, the 4 deepest guys all came in with beautiful performances.
Very
That's good.
strong performance.
That's rare for
really clean.
men's
Yeah, it's usually kind of the opposite where we were wondering if that was going to happen. If we'd have somebody sneak in from a lesser depth because of the failures of the deep dives, but we had a lot of dips and airway problems and little temporary unconsciousness issues. And in the end, though, it started with Remy and with the white card, and then Morgan, and then Alexi, and then you, and those were the four really solid dives of the day.
Awesome. And we had Morgan and Alexei coming in, tuning in, watching your dive. They were right there. Yeah, they wanted to see everything.
As fast as they could. Yeah,
What do you think?
really great.
Well done. Congratulations.
They had a few things to say about your technique actually.
Yeah, it's all rusty.
Yeah, there's no secrets anymore. Everyone can see everything all the way down, and which is an advantage and a disadvantage to some of you who've been trying to keep your technique secret, but now we all know. So it's really great. Well, congratulations again, William, and thank you for coming and being here and supporting us. And great competition for you overall. I know that constant weight was a little disappointing, but
You know that 0.2 of a second, because I was actually, my main goal here was to get rankings in all 3 disciplines. First and foremost, and being 0.2 of a second over on the protocol and the constant weight dive robbed me off that.
Yeah, it is a matter of some very small things.
There's a few of those, like Alessia with
with
1
the
centimeter
1
over.
centimeter over the.
Alexia facing the wrong way.
Alexia does, everybody has slight problems, not major ones, but it's enough to negate the dive, and you get 0 points when that happens.
And that's the nature of sport.
It is.
No, it needs to be like that. It has to be objective, black and white, for sure.
And it's the same for everybody. So we are playing with even rules. And
we were likening to the issue with the candy cane. We were likening it to long jumping, where they have to step on that plate, and if the toe is just a small millimeter over, it's a disqualification.
Doesn't matter how long you jump.
But everyone has the same thing, and they actually have a laser that measures that just down to that. It's amazing. So, and we have kind of similar things with timing and rules and such, but it's the same for everyone, and it doesn't matter what level you are. You all have the same rules. So,
That's right. And with the advancements of technology, I guess it's starting to highlight some of these areas. But the rules are the rules.
Rules are the rules, and that's the way it is. And it's unfortunate when the disqualification comes, like it did for you at 0.25. But we timed it.
Yeah.
It was. That was it. It was over. And you know what to do to make that not happen next time. So that's
Surely
how
a
it
couple of
goes.
gold medals, though, nice consolation prize.
No, I'm happy with that aspect of it. It was just, my principal goal was just getting kind of rankings and overall. But no, I can't complain about 2 gold medals. Heck, that's really good for me. So I'm really happy with that.
Well, thank you for joining us, William. I know you want to get over there and do some breathing and recovery. So
I'm going to get some oxygen now.
yeah, I'm glad you came by.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Clean sweep for the Kiwis, yeah?
Kiwis,
Yeah.
And again, it's Kiwi, Frenchman.
Yeah.
For 2 of the disciplines. So, yeah.
Cool. As you just heard, if you didn't know before, Johnny and William are both from New Zealand. So, and Dave Mullins, who was our gold medal winner in constant weight. And
One last thing, if Sachko, if you're still watching this, thanks for your support, and to my family as well. Thanks for tuning in and watching the stars.
yeah, we got a chance to actually say hello. That's great to family and friends. So that's perfect. So Johnny, let's do a little summary here. What do you think about this competition overall of the week that over a week that we've had here? And
Well, we've had some fantastic performances and some dives that have been very close to world record level,
Yes.
especially from the women.
Yes, yes. I think that we just didn't. We're always prepared for that with the right kinds of provisions we need, being with drug tests and things like that. But people want to win and get a gold medal in the World Championship, so they dial it back just a tad because that world record adds a lot of pressure to the dive. So
That's right.
I'm sure we'll be seeing some record attempts very soon in the next competitions from Alenka, who looked very strong on her 100 meters in
Did look
constant
very
weight.
strong.
Dave Mullins could certainly put in a challenge to Alexi's dive in constant weight if he wanted to. Alexi can move his own distance up anytime he chooses. We've seen him be doing strong dives at 129, 130 meters. So, and I know that Sayuri will probably be working on the no fins, and
Well, it sets us up for a really interesting season next year.
Next year.
I mean, there's still some events coming up this year.
Yes, yes.
But next year it's going to be another really interesting year.
It is, yes. As we said, we have Johnny's competition in Dominica in the Eastern Caribbean. We'll also be having a couple of competitions in the Red Sea in Egypt. But really, after the fall, things kind of wind down a little bit during the winter months in the Western Hemisphere. So we don't have any big things on the horizon anticipating big dives until next spring. But there are small regional competitions around.
Yeah, that's right.
And if you're interested in participating, please check our calendar at AIDAinternational.org. All the competitions are listed there, and contact information about how you can sign up, and also how you can take courses if you'd like to. And there's Alexei jumping back in again.
This man loves the camera, so.
Yeah.
And,
Well done, Alexei. What are your thoughts on the competition for you? You're really happy with how it's gone?
I'm happy with no fin dive. Like today I was really like fighting to get it and overcoming some obstacles like in preparation and concentration before the dive. Well, free immersion, I'm not so happy about free immersion.
You just got to play by the rules.
Yeah, no, you don't want to play by the rules. I'm rebelling. I'm not playing by the rules. I want to change the rules. That's the main thing. And constant weight was tricky. Like I'm not sure if I'm happy with constant weight because it was an easy dive, and then I got tricked with like preparation of David. So I got tricked. So it's like mixed feelings. Like it's all right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think you should be very, very proud of your performances. 2 gold medals and the 3 deepest performances in the competition.
Yeah.
So congratulations once again.
Very happy. Very happy.
And
It's
I'll be seeing Alexei soon. I judge him frequently in competitions, and we have known each other for a number of years, and we help each other in a lot of different ways. He's just a great guy, and he's very exciting, and we're just waiting to see another world record. And I think you got somebody on your tail now in constant weight. You're going to have to step up.
If David will not go back to New Zealand
Start training.
for several years, then it'll be cool. We're
Yeah.
talking with Johnny about setting some
Yeah.
events and.
How we can get
should be
David out of New Zealand, and his work schedule is such he doesn't train very much.
Yeah.
So except he trains in the pool, he doesn't train stuff. So thank you very much. Thank you all for joining us for our inaugural event here with our live broadcasting.
Thank you to the organizers,
Yeah, thank you to
Esteban
the
Danhapi,
Esteban and
all of the sponsors.
all of the sponsors, the Honduras Ministry of Tourism, and everyone here on the island who's been so supportive, and Daibai, and we're so glad that you joined us for this broadcast the first time ever.
Yeah, so thank you to everyone back home,
Yes,
and really tuning in to what is going to be a new era in the sport.
Absolutely, yes. And like I said, if you want to learn more about freediving, please check us out, AIDAinternational.org. Thank you very much, and have a great day.